At the same time, um, I've as soon as I seen how powerful this water bottle concept is. I mean, if we had that influence, if everybody got their water from something that constantly reminded you to be full of intentions, but it not with labels, but it shouldn't have writing on there. It should all be subliminal. So the way I've designed it helps you not even know that you're doing it to yourself. But if you got these intentions of how you create the positive and keep your mind in, God, I hate that look today. Um, if we all knew um, that everything in our universe is actually programming us, then if we're in charge of what we want to program us, then we put ourselves in charge. So I'm drinking out of all these bottles. I mean, it could have been so easy for me to go down so many bad paths. My son's wedding was a bad one, and I chose to accept it because, for the most part, it was like every thought that I would try and feel better at. It ultimately said I couldn't care about my son. And there's no way that I'm not going to care about my son. Everybody says that you care too much. And yeah, like, I'm sorry. I really, really, I mean, to me, it's either you love or you don't love. There is no in between. I don't love something, I don't love my son a little bit. I love my son completely unconditional. There's no turning back. I don't care what my children do to me, I will love them that much. Now, how you handle the in between while you love them is the challenge. And if I was perfect, then I think that I could judge. But right now I only have an opinion. And I think my opinion is very, very relevant, but it's just a freaking opinion. And um, when I see something that I disagree with, um, then I go back and wonder, why is it that I want to even pay attention to that? Why is it important to me? And then I will always see that it will have an end result. If this continues, then this will happen, and that end result is not something that I want my son or my kids to experience ever. So as a parent, you usually say, "Hey, that stove is hot. You're gonna get hurt." And the problem is that I haven't lived in my son's shoes all the time. I know what his life has been like, and I can't put myself in his shoes, but I can put myself in his shoes. And if I put myself in his shoes, from the perspective of everything he does, why would I do what I'm doing? So if I walked in my son's shoes and I could understand without a doubt that everything I'm doing is absolutely correct, I would do the exact same thing that he's doing. Then I can see more of the reasoning why he's doing the things he's doing. So the more I can empathize and put myself in somebody else's shoes to the point where I'm 100% in agreement with what they're doing, then I have a better conversation, because then the conversation is going to be um, different words would be had in that. So I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but I know that the more that I do, conversations just constantly improve and improve. The more that I'm talking about the positive aspects of it versus the negative aspects of it. And I still see that when I look at some things, I still see the negative aspects of it. So I'm not going to be 100% right, because I've already got this rule that as long as you're, well, it's not really a life rule, it's the sciences that have been kind of proven that negative, you'll get wrong information. So anytime that I'm negative, I know that I'm the one that's dead wrong. But at the same time, if I see my son angry and negative, I know he's dead wrong. So I can tell who's more right and who's more wrong by who's more angry and who's more, negative. So the one that's positive, I mean, you can sit back and feel really, really good about yourself. But you can feel really good about yourself other than to the point that, okay, you're still not getting along with some people. You're still ultimately responsible. So, um, getting back, because I'm kind of getting on track and I know that off track, and this is getting really, really long. And I thought that this was going to be 15-minute conversation, but so much has happened. Regarding love and loving ourselves is the way to go. And it's like, describe it. Bet you can't. Bet you $100 nobody knows how to love themselves and what it looks like. What does it feel like? If you did love yourself, then nothing can touch that, because you know that you can beat all. There's nothing can get to you. You will always find a way. You will always outwit, outsmart, outplay the smartest evil, the richest elite. One way or another, you can beat them. And when two people are exactly like that, that builds, that gets more strong. You get three people, you get 10, you get 100, you get 10,000, you get a couple of million people thinking that, hey, I'm pretty damn good. There's no way that, you know, I'll be fooled into doing, being a slave again. Then things change. So I see a lot of potential for change in the future if you stop being angry, you stop feeling negative. So that's what I've worked at. Never had any idea about where my future was going to lie, but I kept saying, it's going to come, it's going to come. And I'm really, really excited because I am working on this directory with YouTube that is bigger than I even let out. The ideas are just pouring out of me, so it's going to be a hell of a lot more than just a regular business directory with using YouTube. I think it's going to be a lot better. It'd be like a TV commercial that's 15 minutes long, that if you wanted to go and see a product or service that you need, you can go on this website and see 15 minutes worth of all of the products of whatever store, or take a look at a restaurant and see all of their food before you go out and see it in your own local area. I think it's the new way of doing a phone book. I think it's genius. I think I can sell that a lot. Now, the better part about this is I'm not out for greed. I can do this fairly cheap, so that means I don't really have to charge all of that much. But um, the more popular it gets, the chancer I get a lot richer. And my ultimate philosophy is great wealth creates great poverty. So as long as I'm aiming for great wealth, which is not what I'm after the ability to, I want better clothes. I want to look better than this. I want the better things of life. I want to enjoy life. I want to love what I'm doing. I would love transportation again. I want to participate in everything that's different, but it ain't out there. I don't want to go to Walmart. I don't want to go to any chain or any corporation or anything that's out there. I do not want to buy. And I don't like buying used. I want to buy something fashionable. I don't think that looking good is a bad thing. And that's an aspect that I refuse to change in my life. I think that that is something that we can do, and I think we can get our fashion a hell of a lot better than what we got right now. Right now, we're only seeing fashion ideas from only a few, where now we have local. We need to shop locally. I want to buy new clothes. When I start a business, I need clothes. That's what, so this is what I'm looking at. When I make a business directory and I can't go out and work because I see everything wrong, I'm not going to create a business directory that points you at what I hate. So that's what kind of makes it a genius, because I don't think anybody else on this planet can tell what business is corrupt and what isn't corrupt. But I can. So there may be a few that get out, but that's where we can have a rating system. Like if there's something bad in our environment, we've had protesters out there. that have warned us about nuclear power, but none of us listen to us. Greenpeace, they've, all of these, tree huggers have been out there trying to warn us that we got to watch out for our air, and we haven't listened to them. But protesting doesn't work because it's just another little war as well. This is the time that we have to be acting responsible. So what we end up supporting as consumers is what gets along. So within this directory, we're going to have a rating system of what works and what doesn't work. Now, we may like things that aren't good for us. So it's a matter of getting what we like and doing it in a way that doesn't do harm to our environment. So if something's bad for us, then we simply don't buy it because of this one aspect of it. So if there's one aspect of it, we can have a post board where everybody gives their opinion. I don't like it because of this, and because of this it'll have this end result, and because of this result it'll do harm to somebody. We have to create and design a society where nobody gets harmed from any product. So as long as we're able to have the discussion, then we shut down businesses if they're not healthy. I think I can see some pretty healthy businesses out there. There's a lot of new ideas that need to come out that I also know of. So those are going to be headings, and they may be the same headings we have now, but I'm going to also guide and lead us into different directions of what I would like to see that might inspire you if you've lost your job or you need to find a different job. Every job that's out there, all of these oil field workers, all of these people that work in nuclear plants, these scientists, these medical world, everybody that's participating in every career that's wrong, they lose their power if they have a different job. So we need to be able to offer and get not only all of the people that are out of work and in third world countries back working, but we have to make it enticing that everybody that is currently working can easily be motivated to take a different job that actually is in their life purpose, because they're not in their life purpose doing what they're doing because they're hateful, angry people, because it's wrong. So it's a matter of offering them the opportunity, the suggestion of, hey, live your purpose, start your own business, work for yourself. So if I can generate some kind of business directory that starts unfolding possibilities, that if something new starts, it starts within our own community. And even if you have an idea, you can put your idea on YouTube and say, here's what I'd like, this is what I want to see, and this is my vision. And it's you sell it within your local community. For me, this business directory, I will this can be done not only in my town, but it can be done all globally. We can make this a complete business network globally. So it would be like shifting the matrix from a negative economic system to a positive economic system. It's like, don't fight what's wrong, money. What we got to do is change how we value money, and we can change that value instantly. And then it's a lot easier. It's like Bruce Lee and martial arts. You're a lot stronger. Change will happen faster, more positive, more instant when you go with the energy instead of against it. So we have to go with what everybody wants, not against what everybody wants. And everybody wants a peaceful, loving, happy life. I mean, everybody wants to be excited to get up every day. They want to experience, like your experiences, but not because of stuff, but because you love yourself and you love your life and you want to experience it with other people in a lot of different ways. We just have to look at all of those ways positive in a way that doesn't do harm for everybody, and then we make that change. So sometimes it's going to start by you offering up your suggestion. And hell, I put out this bottle concept idea. I would make it nonprofit. I would never ever buy from a corporate structure that owned it. There'd be some very definite structure systems that I'd like to see for it to have the power that it has. It would lose all power. It would be more destructive if it was owned by a corporate structure. So it's got to be a nonprofit. So it's probably a long-term goal of mine that I'll end up doing. But it's got to be owned by everybody that drinks it, not by me. But this directory, It's offered for anybody in your town. You can do this in your own area and hook it up with my directory, and I'll take probably something like $5 off you. And there's a neat little marketing trick on how to get people interested in it. And the more that it's interesting, if they have to go through you first, then you make the income getting the clients, and because you need to film it and you need to edit it and you need to upload it. I'm going to continue.